Hello, hello, what up? Woo, what up? Welcome to Thursday Night Live with me, Coach Karissa, where we are talking real conversations, real problems, real issues. And I'm so excited for tonight's live because I've never taken a live Q&A before. So I just want to remind you that if you have any questions that you would like some coaching on, or some tips or advice on what to do about a certain situation regarding your health, your life, or your business, I would love to help you boss up and overcome what it is that you're struggling with. If you guys don't know me, my name is Karissa Williams, and I am a success coach, and I help high-performing female boss babes. I help them balance their life, health, and their business. I take clients from surviving life to thriving in all areas. I absolutely love what I do. In fact, it's my mission and purpose in life to empower, inspire, and motivate other people to live their best life. I am a master of habit change, and I really think that it's super fun to be able to take someone's lifestyle and upgrade it by just simply upgrading the habits that they do every single day. I'm also a speaker and a trainer. So if you know a company or organization that's looking for an awesome ball of energy to come in and rock their world for an hour or two, I would love that opportunity. Feel free to DM me personally if you have an opportunity like that for me, especially this time of year. I'm really getting booked out for a lot of classes that are all around goal setting, of course, with New Year's resolutions coming up, and just people are ready to put 2020 behind and really just take on 2021 with a new fresh start, new mindset. If you are here tonight, because I don't want to talk a lot about what I do. You guys all know me if you've been following me a long time. If not, do yourself a favor and go back and check me out. I really want to dive into tonight because I got so many questions just in this last week about different challenges that women are facing every single day, and that I have kind of forgotten. Some of them are just super simple challenges that if I can help you, that's awesome. Okay, so let's see if let's just dive right in, right? Because I'm taking live Q&A around, or live questions, and then I'll be answering around challenges that you have in your business, your life, your health. If you have a question, please drop it in the feed. I'd love to know. And if I don't get to your question tonight, I will, of course, maybe come back next Thursday and continue with the questions, because I have so many, you guys, and I only have about 10 or 15 minutes of your attention before you hop off. All right. Question number one that I got, and I'm not going to say any names or anything because I understand that it takes guts to even reach out and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. So question number one, we'll keep it really simple. I was at, hey Trish, what's up, girl? If you are here, drop in a hey, let me know you're watching. My favorite emoji is fire, and of course the rock star sign. So if anything that I talk on tonight that you're like, that's good, go ahead and drop me some emojis. What's your favorite emoji? All right, so simple question. I was at Walmart the other day, and I was waiting, trying to keep my 6-foot distance. And I was waiting in the pre-workout and the protein aisle over there by the health. Well, there was this lady, and she was kind of looking at all the different options, and I could see her. She would pick one up and try and read it, and then put it back and pick up a different kind, a different flavor. And I just she was like, oh, am I in your way? And I said, well, just really quickly, if you don't mind me grabbing that pre-workout. She's like, oh, you know about pre-workout? And I was like, yeah, girl, I actually do. And she said, well, I've never taken any. I actually thought pre-workout was just for men. So tonight's answer to that is pre-workout just for men? The answer is hell no. Right? Hey, Chrissy, what's up, girl? Hey. So pre-workout isn't just for men. In fact, lots of women take pre-workout. Now, there are thousands of different types of pre-workout out there, so please be careful if you're just trying and figuring it out, and especially if you've never taken a pre-workout before. Now, the bottle doesn't typically say, or the container doesn't say, the major side effects. And it doesn't tell you how much to take besides just take 1 scoop with like 12 ounces of water. Well, if you've never taken pre-workout, I would highly suggest that you start off with like a 1/4 of a scoop, and then the next day you're like, okay, I could do a little bit more, a 1/2 a scoop, and then fully work your way up to the full amount. If you are taking 2 scoops to get through your workout, definitely need to talk to a nutritionist and take a visit to like a supplement store, because 2 scoops is way too many. All right. Anyway, she just had double bypass surgery, and I actually recognized her from the gym. I said, didn't I see you today at the gym? And of course, when I go to the gym at 4 in the morning, I'm like a hot mess, right? My hair is up. I look like a sweaty mess. And she's like, I mean, you look familiar. I said, yeah. She goes, oh, it was my first day. I just had bypass surgery, and I really need to lose weight. And I'm there with my daughter and my daughter-in-law, and we're just trying to get into the swing of things. And I was like, girl, you rock. So if you're listening and you're watching tonight, you're doing great, right? Keep showing up every day is going to equal big results for you. And remember, 1/2 a scoop it until you know how your body is going to tolerate that. All right, next question. I had a gal, she said, Karissa, I just started my business. I am also working a full-time job. I'm a mom. I really resonate with you. How do you stay so organized and focused? She's like, I've been following you, and you just look like you got your shit together. And I was like, I do, right? I like to think that I have my shit together. And it's because I schedule everything. So 3 major things that I do and that I have and that are like tools to help me stay so organized and focused while at work is I have an online calendar. So like Google or Outlook, okay? I have a wall calendar. I'm not going to turn the computer so you can see, but I have a wall calendar. And then I have my focus board, which is the magic to everything. And you know what? I am going to turn it because I want you to see. So there's the focus board and then the wall calendar over there. So the focus board allows me to take it down, like what I want to accomplish this quarter, this month, this week, and really allows me to throw it up on my board. And I prioritize my board with what is important to my business, right? So I have a business development section. I have a speaking engagement section. I have a marketing section. I have a November, like what's coming up that I need to be working on. And then of course I have a self-care or like a personal section, because your life should also be a priority, right? Taking care of you should also be a priority. So that's what I do. I simply write out everything that I need to do for business development. I write down everything that I need to do, again, just for the week, not your entire like brain dump to-do list. Okay, so just for the week. So once I have everything written down and itemized, I then go back and schedule it with what's important. So I say this one's an A, this one's a B, this one's a C. So A, of course, is priority number 1. B's are priority 2, and C's typically happen on Fridays because Fridays are for fun days, and I don't really try and work a ton on Fridays. All right, so those are the keys to my success is getting yourself organized. Get yourself a calendar, get yourself some pretty highlighters, get yourself some whiteboard markers, and get your ass organized, because if not, your life is just gonna like be on autopilot, and you're like, I don't even know what I did today. I don't even know what I'm focusing on today. Like, I just feel like I'm all over the place. It's because you're not organized. All right, let's see. Another question, and again, if you're watching this and if you have questions, feel free to ask them. And if not, you can always personal DM me, and then next Thursday for Thursday Night Live, I can continue this live Q&A because I've only got about 7 to 8 more minutes. Let's see. Let's go to the front side. Okay. I had a gal. She reached out to me and she said, I'm really struggling and having challenges when it comes to building a healthier lifestyle. And I said, well, what specifically are you challenged with, right? We have to know what is challenging for you. And she said, honestly, it's staying consistent with my food and my workouts. All right, so this is great because, as you guys know, I'm a master of habits, and habits create discipline, and consistency is all a part of that, right? You need to show up every single day and do the things that are important to you until they become a habit. So once they're a habit and they're solid, they're set in stone, they're not going anywhere. Like, I haven't had to really worry about skipping the gym in many, many years because it's like I built so many days of constant workouts. So I don't even have to really worry about that now. Even though, trust me, I get up in the morning, I'm like, I don't want to get up. And then I hit the reset, and I'm like, girl, get your butt up. And I do. So the answer to this would be to plan out your week and like plan out your week and your day. So if you can get ahead of that kind of stuff. So when it comes to your workouts, right? I do mine first thing in the morning because I know after 10 a.m., I'm like useless in the gym because what happens after 10? Life happens, right? Like kids get sick, emails come in, clients need a coaching session. I get super creative and I'm writing a blog and making a video and I'm like, oh my God, it's 4 o'clock. So I personally get my workout done and out of the way right away. There's absolutely no excuse for doing that. And for anyone who says, I'm not a morning person, that is a story that you're telling yourself, that you've told yourself so long that you actually believe. If you want to be a morning person, you can be a morning person. Start changing up the way you talk to yourself. All right, so when it comes to food, staying consistent to clean eating, I'm assuming is what she meant, or food prepping. Again, it goes back to planning. You have to be ahead of the game in order to succeed. So every week, like tonight, after tonight's live, I'm going to plan out my meals for the entire week. I'm going to plan out my prep meals and I'm going to plan out my dinners. And I'm just going to simply make the plan. I'm going to say, okay, Monday, I don't have anything after 5, so I can make a bigger dinner that takes maybe 30 to 40 minutes. Maybe Thursday Night Live, right? And I need to get something quick and done and on the table. So that's like a sandwich night, that's a soup night, that's a leftover night. That is just, again, something simple, fresh fish thrown on the grill, something super quick, okay? So plan and get ahead. So it all goes back to that whole planning and staying organized thing. Let's see. I had a gal, she said, I really want to create healthier habits for myself, like getting into the gym and eating better and stressing less and sleeping more. And she says, I just don't know how to get it all done. I'm a very busy mama. I'm in charge of lots of different areas in this business. And she said, I just can't make, I just can't make it all work. And again, as a coach, I said, well, what are you challenged with? And she said, honestly, I don't have time. I have 0 time. And I'm going to tell you that that is the number one thing that I get when I work with clients at the very beginning. I said, what stops you and gets in the way of you wanting to achieve this goal? Doesn't matter what the goal is. And they're like, oh, time, girl, I have no time. And I'm like, yes, you do. So we all have the same amount of time, right? I have 24 hours in a day. You have 24 hours in a day. There's 365 days in a year. Nobody's creating more time. Nobody's mastered this art of like stretching out a day and getting an extra hour in. But what they are doing is they're prioritizing a little bit more. And this one's kind of tricky because I know how much responsibility that this woman, this badass woman has. She's freaking awesome. So I'm going to address this 3 different ways because in case she's watching. So you do have to do a priority check, right? You have to say, what are the 5 big things in my life that are priorities for me? Your business or your career, your family, maybe it's your finances, maybe it's, taking care of everyone's animals, whatever it is. And you know what? If it ain't on your list, your health and wellness should be. COVID taught us that our health should be a priority right now. Our mental health, our physical health, our spiritual health, our emotional health. It's so critical when we are faced with really challenging times, right? All it takes is for you to get sick once, your immune system's down, and now you're open to lots of things. So you have to make yourself a priority. And I'm going to say do a priority check. So write down your top 5 priorities. Just recognize what those are. Then I'm going to tell you to go to a focus board and schedule time in. Schedule yourself that gym time. Schedule yourself healthy meals. Schedule yourself time to read and just sit and decompress. Schedule yourself self-care and self-love, self-compassion. I don't care what it is listed on your calendar, schedule it. Okay, because if your calendar is like mine and you're a busy babe, if it ain't on the calendar, it ain't getting done. If the meeting doesn't make the calendar, I'm not going to show up to the meeting. I'm so sorry. I say that because that happened today. I felt so bad. But anyways, you have to schedule yourself first and everything else goes in between. So that's the first one. The second one is, girl, you probably need to learn how to say no. Learning how to say no with grace, not guilt, is huge, right? I know we all want to help people and we all come from this place of like, yes, 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 everyone gets 10% of me. But what happens when there's nothing left for you? So you need to learn how to say no to everything that isn't a high priority in your life. And it makes it really easy once you know those 5 priorities, because when someone says, hey, do you want to go do X? And it really has nothing to do with what you're working on or what you're trying to grow and develop in, it's a solid no. It's a no, sorry, I'm going to have to pass. All right, and then the third thing to this is that I truly believe that you need to go up to your leadership team if you've got so much on your plate that you don't have enough time for yourself and enough time for your family and enough time to take care of your health, then it's time to say, I need help. We cannot do it alone, right? We are not Wonder Woman. We are not Batman. You guys, we cannot do everything ourselves. We cannot stretch ourselves so thin. 2 weeks ago, I was on my coaching call with Les Brown. He's my speaking coach. And he had said, you know what, fill your cup first, right? We always think like, okay, fill your bucket first, and then you can fill everyone else. I always say, you can't bless others' lives until you bless yourself first. But he said, fill your cup first for yourself, and then you can help everyone else with the overflow. So your cup better be so full that it's overflowing, and that's what you can give to others now. So if you're at half tank, keep pouring into yourself. Keep pouring into yourself. Keep doing things that make you happy. All right, I've got time for one more quick one. Let's see. Action. Okay. This gal, they seem to be a lot around health, which is really important. So that's okay. I'll take these questions. She said, I really struggle when it comes to eating clean because of all the convenience of the grab and go crap food. Everyone, I think, struggles with this. The mama who is tired from working all day, she's like, I don't want to go home and cook. Let me just pick up a Little Caesars or some Taco Bell. We all struggle with this. But at the end of the day, it's going to come back to food prep. I've been food prepping for 10 years. I've literally lost 90 pounds through food prep. I've never once counted a calorie. I've never once watched my macros. That just always seems so stressful to me and like so time consuming. Now, if that works for you, that's great. Like you have found your system. But for me, I found freedom in food prepping. So not only does food prep save me time, it saves me money, and it saves me the hassle of trying to think of one more decision that I have to make at the end of the day. And let's be honest, if you're waking up at 6 a.m. and you have a lot of shit you got to do before like 1 o'clock, the time, like if you think of your your day, right? You have willpower bars or energy bars. So come 1 o'clock, your willpower is a little lower and you're like, oh, right? And then if you're hungry because maybe you skipped breakfast because your morning was just crazy, like you're not thinking straight. You're getting to the point where you're hangry, okay? So you're like, what's close? What's close? What can I go and eat right now? So you just find yourself in the KFC line or the Chick-fil-A line or the fast food line. So I want you to consider food prepping. And for those of you who think food prepping is very complicated, there was once a time I thought that too. but I have learned from me what works, and I help my clients do the exact same thing. We figure out what works for them. Maybe food prepping is done on a Wednesday, maybe it's done on a Sunday, but let's figure out what works for you when it comes to food prepping. Which kind of goes into one other question that I kind of had. She said, it's so expensive to eat healthy. And when I teach and talk on food prep, I love debunking that because I'm like, oh, here's my receipt. I spent $65. I made 31 meals. And so that comes it down to like $1.75 or $2.50 per meal. Tell me it's more expensive to eat out or to grab and go. So if you're trying to watch your finances or you're trying to set a budget that's helping you like really not eat out so much or your expenses, if you're trying to eat cleaner, I want to encourage you to learn the art of food prep. If you need help with this, let me know. We can do like a one-off session where I can help you establish some habits around that because it's all about planning and habits. Eventually it gets easy. It took me a couple of years to figure out all the wrong ways to food prep. And so now I'm taking what I learned over that many years and I'm teaching my clients in 2 or 3 coaching sessions. It's powerful stuff. All right, you guys, I have so many more questions, and I can see on my phone that more were coming in as we spoke. So I will probably pick this conversation up next Thursday at 7 p.m. If you have questions about launching a business, if you have questions about marketing, if you have questions about how you're balancing life and health, if you have just life relationship questions, I'd be happy to give you my expert advice and just talk to you a little bit about that next week. You guys, if you know anyone who's looking to level up in life and really show up and live their best life so that they can truly thrive, it's time to send them my name and number, send them to my Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel because I have such amazing content out there that is truly helping babes boss up on every level. I, of course, would love the opportunity if you've been searching for a coach or if you're thinking, I'm just lost, I have no motivation to get up or do anything, it's time. It's time to probably consider working with a coach. And I would love to be that boss babe coach that helps you reach that level of success. Y'all stay thriving and stay hungry for your